Hi, it's me, Sheila Truelove, yet again. And hi, and welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you again. Today's topic for discussion is based on a question that I had sent out to a couple of folks, and it was dealing with marriage and why a lot of the men are not interested in marriage. And some of the responses were one response that I got, it was one, and it just seemed like a good topic to talk about. He particularly said he'd rather go out and hire a professional, or not even professional, if you want, a prostitute, because it comes out to be a lot cheaper than having a wife. And he feels that what's the difference? You go out, you have company when you want it, and when you're not, you don't want to be bothered. He feels that like a wife is similar. What's the big difference? So of course, I had to send him a text, a message back, and I also gave him my YouTube address here. So the point I want to stress is, how can you compare a wife to a prostitute? I mean, when you think about all that a wife does, she's more than a wife. Because I remember being a wife, and I was more than a wife. I was a laundry attendant, and if you was to pay me, that's $9 an hour. I was the personal call girl. She's getting at least 300 a week. I was the secretary. You're going to make between 18 and $25 an hour. I was the on-call nurse. She's making $40 an hour. I was the personal cook. That's 24,000 a year at least. I was his life coach. Had trouble figuring things out, so I knew how to figure out things with him. And I was also the house manager. That's at least good for 50,000 a year. I was the teacher. That's $20 an hour. I was a walking Wikipedia because I love doing research and I love studying. I love reading. I hardly ever watch television. I don't watch too much TV. When I do, I prefer watching DVDs. That way I can have what I want without commercials or looking at things that will annoy me. And then you think about, I was the maid. That was 35. That's at least 35 to $45 an hour. I was the grocery shopper, $25 an hour. And God knows, I was the therapist. And the therapists, we know the type of money they make. They can make between 80 to $100 an hour. And then I was also the researcher. And a researcher gets paid at least 35,000 a year. So how can this character actually compare a wife to a prostitute? When the chips are down and he needs assistance or someone to love and care for him, call on your prostitute. Let's see how long that lasts. But the wife, she's sitting here, she has so many hats that she's wearing, so many hats, so many things that she's juggling, multitasking. So, of course, I thought that the guy was kind of, I don't know, nuts, or something was definitely wrong with him. But anyway, I just wanted to make a really quick video about that, um, letting wives know that you're more than a wife. Let's look at all the things that you do. Of course, you'll find men who will say, well, I do cooking, I do whatever, I do all of those things too. Well, then I guess you don't need a wife. You're good on your own. But for those who do have a wife, how much do people pay a companion? You know? I think about that. And a husband may say, or a person, not even a husband, they may say, well, I'm going to be a companion to you too. Well, if you don't have anything educational to teach me, if you don't have anything to talk about, if you don't like doing the girly things that I like to do, then you're not really much of a companion anyway, now are you? You know? I always assume that if women, married women, want companionship and they want someone to do things with, of course you do things with your husband, your partner. But men are not interested in what women are interested in. Women are interested in their hair, they're interested in makeup, they're interested in new recipes. We're interested in, like they say, chick flicks. Men don't usually like the kind of flicks that we look at, you know? So when I think of companionship, I always imagine me having my girlfriends, in terms of companionship. My husband, my partner, he's my he's my other half. He's my someone who I love, of course, definitely that. Someone who's going to have my back no matter what. No matter what. My worry days are over because I have my hubby and he's got me and everything is cool. Anyway, I think maybe husbands need to consider some of the things that I've said here today. And the reason I also said it is to let women know you are so much more than just a wife, especially if you're a hardworking woman, a Proverbs 31 type of wife. You are so valuable. And I do hope that he appreciates that. In closing, I want you to continue doing the fine job that you're doing at home. And don't forget Titus chapter 2, because we're supposed to serve our husbands. Um, just keep up the fine work. Good job. Anyway, I'll talk to you later and see you.